every person has their own limit, and say, this is my first time. You don't treat me like I have been exercising for the past 1 year. When you overtrain, you get fatigue. Sometimes you do not even have appetite. Overtraining will lead to injuries, and it can kill your psyche and motivation.
Welcome our viewers, wakurugenzi, wapenzi, watazamaji. It is good and it has been nice. It is amazing to keep engaging you over and over again on Wema TV. This is Dialogue at the Well, your show every Saturday at 6 p.m. You cannot afford to miss us on air every Saturday. We come to you so that we can engage you on some of the areas, on some of the key issues that are happening among people. We address the emerging issues among our young people, the things that people have not been able to address, the things that people have not been able to work out. That is what we work on. So we address emerging issues among our young people. And today is another Saturday, is another special Saturday. I'm your host, Dwiga Prince, and it has been great as part of the panelists together with Big End, that we are your panelists, and we always keep you engaged. As I've always told you that our show and our theme is derived from John chapter 4 verse 4 about this great woman, the Samaritan woman that meets with Jesus and is involved in a conversation and is given a solution to a big problem. So when you find us here, we are here to provide a solution to some of the challenges that young people are going through, them that they have an idea of what is happening and them that they don't have an idea. We engage you and tell you how some of these things, some of these issues should be addressed so that we can have things moving on smoothly. Mambo ikikaa sawa sawa. So on this Saturday, we have another great lady. We have hosted her before, a sporty lady, pretty sporty lady that is so much focused on the areas of sports, on the areas of physical fitness, and she is back in our studios, and I'm going to give her a special opportunity to introduce herself. She is not new here, and she'll tell us who she is one more time. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Again, I am very humbled to be back here. My name is Marlene Dina. I am a fitness enthusiast and a student of sports at Kenyatta University.
Wow, she is a student of sports, and we are so glad for honoring our invitation. It's a great pleasure, it's a great honor to have you in our studios, and finding time for us is quite a special gesture altogether, and we are so humbled. Welcome to our show, and it was nice, it was awesome in our previous show on Saturday, where we talked about several issues on fitness. You talked about so many things that are that are affecting our young people, that are affecting everybody in general. Where we saying that you realize that some people don't know that they should be exercising their bodies. Some people don't know why they should exercise their bodies, and you brought it quite clearly that people may understand that this is what they need. And you are also able to, you are very elaborate on the matters of fitness. And it's good always to have people around that are well versed with what is supposed to be done, what needs to be achieved at different areas. And remember, she said that it is catastrophic to fail to exercise. When you don't exercise your body, it is catastrophic, and people should learn to engage their body into exercise so that it can be good, so that you can be able to go around different activities with much ease and without much struggle, as well as avoiding some of the lifestyle diseases that people are going through for lack of exercise. So today we are on specifically on exercise. She dealt so much on fitness and told us why our bodies should be fit, why we should and do so much to ensure that our bodies are fit. And today now we are on exercise, and she'll be telling us, our brother, introducing just a brief preamble of what is involved in exercise, what is all about exercise, what is exercise, what do we need to know about this exercise, and before you get into much details, she'll be making a preamble on the whole thing about exercise. Welcome.
Thank you very much. So to begin with, exercise is actually repetitive. It has to be repetitive, meaning you plan for exercise. You just don't wake up and decide, it is 25th June, I will go on a run, and I will never do another run again until God knows when, until maybe there is havoc and we have to run. No, exercise has to be repetitive, and you have to plan for it. It takes a certain period of time, say maybe 40 minutes to 1 hour. If it is high intensity or moderate intensity or low intensity, you increase the time if the intensity is lower. Yeah.
Okay. You went so deep very fast. Now, you talked about planning, a planning exercise. That is a planning that tomorrow I'll be doing this. Si kuamkia tu. Unajua sasa tunaamkanga hivi nasikia nimemboeka, acha nikimbia kidogo, or let me do something so that okay, I can try to make my body fit, and something like that. Now, basically the question on this, before we talk about the planning that a person should plan, that I will be doing this tomorrow at this time and for this duration of time. What is exercise? When we talk about exercise in nini? Mimi sasa, let's put it in a layman's language. What is exercise?
Exercise is basically these activities you do, maybe like play, or as we had said earlier, this weight training, this running, this swimming, that is exercising. Now, if you do it repetitively for a certain period of time, a specific type of exercise, it is called the FIT principle: frequency, intensity, time, and type of exercise.
Frequency,
intensity, time, and type. Frequency is how often, say in a week, you train or you exercise. Intensity is how hard or how tough the exercise was. Okay? Time is how long, the duration of every session. Say I'm going on a 40-minute run, that is time. Type is the type of exercise. What activity will you take part in? Is it swimming? Is it aerobics? Is it plyometrics? Is it spinning classes, yoga? Yeah, that is the FIT principle. So every exercise has to meet those four: a certain frequency, a certain intensity, a certain type, and a certain time.
Wow. That is quite fantastic, and I think I love it. That now these are some of basically on exercises, in those kind of physical activities that we are going to engage our bodies in, so they can be fit to be able to do a certain task, or to be able to fit, to be able to be alert, to be alert, so,
maintain health.
Maintain health. Hapo kwa health sana. Hapo kwa health unajua ndio sasa inakuwa stress ya kila mtu. Hakuna mtu anataka mwili yake iwe na shida. Everybody wants, their body to be fit. Everybody wants their body to be healthy. Okay, so that's why we also mentioned and talked about nutrition in our last week. We talked about nutrition and fitness, and basically how they are going to move hand in hand. So on physical exercise, what should be included? You talked about type and time and frequency and the rest. What should be included in physical exercise?
In exercise, we tend to exercise all parts of the body. You find people saying today is leg day, today is shoulders, today is abs and core. You've had people say that before, right? The general goal, the main goal is to make sure the whole body is exercised, so that you don't find people leaning on one side. You've seen people leaning on one side, or my right side looks masculine more than the other. Of course, there is one side of your body that is muscular than the other. But with the exercise, you know, you have to balance. And you can find people that do core workouts for the abs, but forget their back. So at night, they get these back aches, these chronic pains. Or you can find, especially men, sorry to say, their upper body looks very bulky, but their legs look tiny. Yeah, so in exercise, we try to balance. If yesterday I worked my shoulders, today will be leg day, tomorrow I'll do my abs. But in the end, I try to make all my body to be involved, in exercise, to avoid what I've said, the imbalance.
So the exercise must rather involve the whole body, every part of the body. Is it possible now we have every part of the body exercised every day? Yeah,
especially for runners. You know, in running, you're exercising from your neck. Of course, you'll look around as you try to cross the road.
Tunakimbia ati hivi ati kwa nini kwa barabara, sasa ukifanya hivi watu watakaa kama umechanganyikiwa.
No, but your hands are not while going to the shop. While going to the shop is just physical activity. You just do it for survival and to make sure your day is okay. But when you're going for your scheduled run, you remember you said frequency, intensity, time and type. So when you scheduled a run, today at 6 a.m., I will go on a run for 40 minutes. I will involve my hands, I will involve my legs, I will involve my shoulders, I will involve my eyes, my brain.
Eyes?
Yes.
Eyes,
you don't run with your eyes closed. Definitely they're involved. And people tend to forget.
And eating, you also...
Yeah, your jaw, you know, your jaw will... your jaw will have to be involved. Throughout. Even while cooling down, you know, after exercise, we have to cool down. People tend to release the tension at the jaw, because while running, you tend to hold like maybe while you're struggling, or when you're trying to sprint at the end, there's some parts you don't sprint while biting around. So during cool down, we tend to release tension everywhere. If you don't cool down, like you don't stretch properly, is when you'll realize all your body is involved. You can do a run, fail to stretch, you'll feel the strain on your shoulders or your neck. Your whole body is involved during training. Maybe you just don't realize, but actually your whole body takes part in it.
But it's also, as you're saying, it's important that you check on, if you're deciding to do some exercise, you check that every part is involved.
Yeah.
That is every part, every body part is involved in the exercise. So that now somebody is, okay, one part is not over-exercised.
Yeah, and another one undertaken care of, because it could result in injury. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, how can a body be adapted to exercise? Or rather, can a body be adapted to exercise?
Yeah, your body can, say, with people who do long runs or people who exercise, do aerobic exercises. These take, say, a minimum of 40 minutes. They tend to have less fat stores. They look leaner. You can see those that are adapted to, say, weight training. You can see their body is toned in a certain way. Just like sprinters, they are more of bulky and have muscles. Yeah, you'll see in athletes, most of the time when they go to hospital, they're told, hey, your heart is very slow. That is an adaptation. You see, for normal people, your heartbeat per minute is, say, 60 to 80. For an athlete, it could go as low as 28 to 40 at rest.
That is not dangerous?
That is not dangerous. That is very okay. It is because you're an athlete. But if you're not an athlete and your heart rate goes that low, it could be a red flag. It could be a dangerous thing. Yeah.
So the body can be adapted to exercise.
Yes.
Is there a point that we reach in time that you feel that your body demands for the exercise?
If you have made fitness a lifestyle, definitely yes. But now there's a point where we overtrain. When you overtrain, you get fatigue. Sometimes you do not even have appetite. You lose too much weight, which is actually dangerous. So your body demands rest. Yeah, you have to give your body rest so that it can be effective. Exercise can be effective. You don't pass out during, say you're just walking and pass out because you're too tired, tired. But if fitness is your lifestyle, your body will just tell you, hey, today, enda run kidogo. As I said, you don't have to wait for the doctor to tell you to start exercising. Yes.
So it is dangerous to over-exercise?
It is very dangerous to over-exercise. Your body will just tell you that's enough.
What should help me as a person to know the limit or how far I should go in a certain exercise?
Your body will just tell you. You will feel extremely tired. Sometimes you will feel dizzy. Sometimes
I decided to train some of my friends, and they are old women somewhere. You have just done two things, and all of them are actually they are worn out. They cannot do anything more.
There is something called progression.
Progression.
Where, say you're used to running for 21 kilometers is a normal run for you, while I have never run in my life. So if I do 5K, I'm on the verge of passing out. So progression and specificity, and individuality. Every person has their own limit. And say, this is my first time. You don't treat me like I have been exercising for the past 1 year. Yeah, we go slowly as we progress, as we build up. If I started lifting 5 kgs today, tomorrow or after, say, 4 weeks, give me 6 kgs or 8. That is good progression. But I don't do 5 kgs today, tomorrow you give me 10 kgs. That is too much. My body can't take it. Yeah, slow, but we make progress.
For instance, this is somebody that has just started training, is just doing some exercise. How do you motivate them? Where do they draw their motivation so that they can keep doing it?
You know, people find their motivation in different things. Say, I personally, I love running. I use music as my motivation. Other people will tend to use maybe rewards. Other people will do it in groups. They prefer running with a group of people so that they push each other to the end. Some people, their motivation will be the result. Maybe you're happy when you lose 1 kg. That alone can keep you going. Music can keep you going.
Why I'm asking this is because most of the people is very easy to start. But you lack motivation. It gets to a point you feel that hii kitu inanichokesha, you don't want to do it, you feel like unachoka sana, so you decide I don't have to do it. For example, for instance, somebody like me 1 GB who thinks I have nothing to lose. So ati sasa unaniambia sasa ati asubuhi naamka ati kukimbia, I need to, that's why I'm asking, I need to draw my motivation from somewhere. And that's why I'm asking that what are some of the motivation that people now, somebody should look at so that they can feel, now I need to move on, I need to continue, I need to keep fit.
Exercise ought to be fun. People lie to each other at no pain, no gain. That should not be the case.
Tumeambiwa hivyo. Sisi tunajuanga hivyo, kwanza tunataka tuende tuinue mawe ile ndio uzito kuliko wewe.
As I've said, that could hurt you. There are so many injuries. Somebody could have an injury here. Unashangaa sasa hiyo imetoka wapi? Yet it is just something simple. Maybe I ran with a wrong shoe. There are specific shoes for running. Maybe I just worked too hard. As I said, overtraining will lead to injuries. And it can kill your psyche and motivation to go on. So everybody finds something that works for them. If it's music, if it's that weight loss or those abs that will come after the workout, then If it's the fun and the nice air that you breathe when you're out there, then use it.
Let every person do what
Their thing. It is
what
not
what is good for them, or
Yeah.
rather what works for them.
what works for them.
Now I wish to ask, what are some of the benefits of exercising?
Of course, what everybody usually wants, weight loss. Weight loss and maintaining.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, we usually check BMI,
Yeah.
our height against our weight,
Uh-huh.
and it should be some certain level.
Mm-hmm.
So weight loss, if you're after giving birth for women, some people tend to hate the fat that accumulates around their stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And so they tend to over-exercise or overdo these core workouts. That is wrong. There is nothing like spot reduction. Don't go to the gym with the aim of losing fat around your belly only.
Na hiyo ndio inasumbua watu sana sasa.
In the end, you will hurt yourself. What you do is try to lose weight. Like if you're losing fat, if your aim is to lose fat, lose the whole body. It so happens the body just knows to lose where it is accumulated in plenty. The body just knows.
It has its own way of
It has its own way. It has its own way. And vary the exercises. Don't just do at your biceps every day. No. Today you can do squats with lunges and sit-ups and planks and like the whole body. Just work the whole body. Don't focus on only one at I want to lose belly fat. So I'll only be doing
sit-ups. So hii mambo ya ati mimi nataka unajua kitambi inanisumbua mafuta mingi.
That is a myth in sports. It is among the first myths.
Kila kitu wanainua mawe sijui nini mafuta iende. Na wale wanasemanga mafuta walifanya exercise ikaenda. So wanatundanganya watu.
No, as I've said, work out the whole body.
The whole body then in the process.
It just knows to lose where it is not required. Yeah.
Or they can displace itoke mafuta itoke huko.
You just tone these other places like the thighs, the butt, the biceps, the hamstrings, the calf muscles. They just get toned nicely. Yeah, with exercise.
A certain person was asking about what is carbohydrate loading. Something on carbohydrate loading.
Carbohydrate loading. You know, our bodies get energy from food, right?
Yeah.
And carbohydrates are called energy-giving foods. So we get, say 1 week to competition. Say I have my competition next Sunday. Today is Saturday. I decide I'll go low on the carbohydrates so that there are deficits in my body. And then I'll start now in taking carbs. On this week of competition, I'll start taking in carbs so that my carbohydrate stores are filled in the body. And then I go easy on training. Say I have a boxing competition on Sunday. So I'll go low on the training, just do easy as I take loads of carbs. And I make sure my fat intake is not that much. Protein and vitamins remain constant, but 70% of my meals are made up of carbs. So my competition is on Sunday. So on Friday, I'll do active rest. Saturday, I'll do total rest. So that by the time I'm getting into the ring, I still have my stores of carbs filled. Yeah, so that I feel like I have lots of energy. Because we said carbs are a source of energy.
So you need to have something in store rather for the activity.
But now this carb loading, it works only, they say it works only once in 2 months. So do not overdo it because sometimes it is not effective. Yeah.
Okay, in the respect of our time, can see our time is very much spent. I would ask about exercise and gender. Are there some of the things that are just limited to men? Are there some physical exercises that are just limited to ladies?
Not really. It's just that there are myths that with running or with weightlifting, girls will tend to be muscular. You will lose your...
bwana, si ndio wanasema sasa mpaka unashindwa.
But you know, it is done in adequate amounts, you know. You don't overdo it. If you overdo it, you'll find there are girls who miss their menstruation as a result of over-exercising. Yeah, so if you do it in proper frequency, as we said, FIT principle, if you do it in proper frequencies, proper intensity, proper time, it wouldn't go bad. It should work out for you. It should work out for you. Otherwise, there are no exercises meant for women, there are no exercises meant for men. Maybe just a little bit of gymnastics. There are some, say the uneven bar, they say boys are too tall for the uneven bar, so they don't use it. And this thing that they step on, you've seen some gymnastic girls step on something and do somersaults there.
Yeah.
Boys don't do it because they tend to believe that they have a longer foot, so it won't fit on that bar. Yeah, but generally exercises are for everybody.
Okay, all right. Now our time is out, and I would wish that you do your parting shot for our Saturday as we wind up.
Okay, so as we all know, I will just recommend exercises for everybody. You don't have to see the results immediately. It is a process. It will happen in the end. Maybe you will train for a long time for just a little of results, but in the long run, it will be worth it. Just do it. Make sure it doesn't hurt you. We don't say no pain, no gain is a scam. Make sure you enjoy what you do. Make sure it is fun for you and it is not hurting your body. Do not overdo it because it is harmful. It has very negative effects. Exercise can be very bad if you overdo it, but if you do it in the right proportion with the FIT principle, it will definitely work for you.
You got it loud and clear, very precise from our sports student, that all this exercise na hizi maneno unasikia watu wakisema nataka kupoteza mafuta sijui we have been told that exercise is a process and is not just a one day event, and you must be ready to sacrifice, to plan your time, you know, the frequency. Si kuanza leo alafu kidogo kidogo unaacha. It is something that you need to get doing, and then it is fantastic that she said that the exercise should be fun. Si kitu ya kuenda umefanya pale kama umetia sura hapo umekasirika ni kama umekosewa na mtu njoo ati mafuta sasa imekuja kwa tumbo sasa unafanya na makasiriko mingi. It should be fun. She says that we should enjoy, so we are making sporting fun, and we should make sure that we enjoy, and it should be consistent. Si kitu ya kufanya mara moja. It's a process, and it is good that we are getting it from people that are doing it, people that are getting involved, people that are still learning more about it, and it is amazing, it is nice, it is wonderful, it is great, it is cool. This has been Dialogue at the Well. It is great to learn from the experts and the students that are still learning and getting to know more skills, to get more on the same, and we are so glad for being for us. This has been Dialogue at the Well on Wema TV every Saturday, coming to you. Make sure that you are tuned in on Wema TV and all our social media handles every Saturday at 6 p.m. as we get to learn, as we get to impact generations, that people don't suffer for things that we could have solved out or worked out for good. So otherwise, we wish you a nice moment and a very good evening. See you on Saturday. God bless you.